Hey you guys, welcome back to part 2 of the little gardening book that we are making tonight. So I just added this one sticker here before we got cut off in the first video. It says Flowers and Gifts, and we have our little flower shop sticker there. Now again, these stickers from the Dollar Tree are three-dimensional. They are going to kind of pop out a little bit, but they have 2 layers. So if you don't like the look of all of this extra fluff that's here, you can simply take off the first layer and just use the first layer and remove that little foam sticker there to make it kind of lay a little bit flatter. But for now I like the little poof of it. So I have this here. On this side I have the orange tree. Now we have a little pocket that we can work on right here. So I think what I'm going to do with this pocket is I have a little bit of extra cardstock paper here. And I have this really cool little cutout paper. It looks like a little seed packet. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim around this seed packet. I'm going to leave a little extra room up at the top because I'm going to kind of turn this into a tag. Okay. So first thing we're going to do, get my glue stick going. Sometimes with a glue stick, because it gets so sticky, if you want to make sure nothing rips, it's always better to put the glue on the stiffer paper and then add your lighter paper onto the top. So I'm just centering this a little bit around all sides, and I'm leaving the little lip up at the top because what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of create kind of like a fake looking tag. I'm going to go back and hole punch that in a little bit. I'll fix this guy up a little bit there. So he's going to have a little hole punch right there. So here's our little decoration seed packet with the flowers on it that goes great with this little flower section up front here. We can do a little journaling on the back. And we have just the right amount of room to stick him in. So he's going to go inside there, and we can tie a little trim onto him. You could put something on the back if you wish, and you certainly can add more than just one tag on the inside. Okay, so now we have this here. Might go back in and add some words or something like that on the inside there. Now we're on to kind of this little farmer's market section. So on this side I have kind of this little canopy with the tomatoes and the baskets, the farmer baskets. On this side it looks like some little handmade soaps, and here I have some little chilies and some corn. I want to put something here on this side, so I do have a couple of these to choose from. This was from inside of that book there. I like the socks. I like this little section here actually. I like that section there. I think well, you know what I might do, because I kind of like the beets, and I like the carrots, and I like these. I think they'll all look really nice, so maybe I'll see if I can cut them each out individually. Maybe I'll save those flowers for another part. It is handy if you have a little bowl or something right next to you to drop all your little scraps in. I should have probably done that from the beginning, so this way you don't have all these little bits floating around on your table. You can just cut right over your little bowl. And I do like these beets. I think they have a really good look to them. Now, this side is already rounded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to even it out. This one's a little bit thinner and longer than the other ones. And I have a corner punch, so I'm going to corner punch all sides of this. Okay, and I think all of them actually. And we'll do like a little mini collage with that space that we have there. We'll see how that works. All right, so they all have kind of a round edge now. All right, let's see how we can assemble these here. I love the carrots. Oh, so maybe we get 2 of them in. Maybe we'll just do the carrots and whatever these little fruits are. It looks like maybe plums, maybe, and some little cherry tomatoes, because I think that looks nicely with what is on this page here. And we'll save this guy for something else. So let's do this. And we'll lay that in there. And we'll lay that in there too. Okay. All right, so let's now do these papers. This paper is a little bit more of like a thick glossy paper, so the glue stick might not work so well with something like that. So we might have to think about reinforcing that if it doesn't stick so well. We might have to go back to that. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we ready to add any of our little stickers yet? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready to quite add some stickers, but what I would like to add, and maybe what we'll do is take our mason jar. So we have this as a mason jar cut out. Maybe what we'll do is we will add our mason jar in, because that fits really well with this little farm stand theme. And then what we can work on next is one of the inserts that we will put in right over here. The next page that we have is these plants here. We have some extra room here, so maybe we can fit our guy over there. And then, like I said, these gusset open, so we do have room to put one of these in our little slot there. So let's see how we're going to decorate this. What I think we'll do is I have this cut out of the canned jars, and I kind of like that a lot. So I think I'm going to do this for one of them. This whole book really is making me so happy about farmers markets and all that stuff. And what I was just thinking was, if you go to a farmer's market and you see someone's little stand, maybe they're handing out their business cards or something like that, and you like their products, maybe you can gather up their business cards and stick them in one of these bags and then just keep it on hand, you know, right inside here. Every time that you go, you can just add some in there. So I like that. I like the look of that. You can journal on the back. You can take some notes on the back. Maybe you have a recipe for something like this. You want to stick that inside. You could do that. You really can just get lost in these crafts. I find that once I start, I'm really in the zone for crafting for quite some time. Okay, now I want to put something here, and I have these beets, and I do like some of this stuff here. So let me cut some of this stuff out and see how we do with this. Now this is going to be the same situation with the corner. I don't want to cut off any of this text that's here, so maybe I'll just round the corners that we have, just to, it's not gonna match exactly, but hey, nobody's looking but us. Okay, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to kind of go with that. I like the look of that. Okay. Do that. Okay. And then we'll do that. So I like the look of that. They're both like beets, or I think that's maybe an onion or something. And look, if it overlaps a little bit like this, it's perfectly fine. It's not, and when things stick out of the book, it's perfectly fine. You want to kind of go with that whole rustic feel, so no problems there. Okay, so for this side, let's see. I like these, and I do like this little, I don't know if this is rhubarb or something, so we're going to get him. What else is nice about a glue stick is that, you know how we did the front of our book with the glue stick? If you want to go back and change anything, you know, as you're working and you kind of say, oh, you know, I don't know if I like this style as much as I thought I was gonna, it doesn't really go with the book, doesn't really match. A glue stick's gonna give you a little bit more freedom to kind of pull it up gently and give it another go, because if you use a hard glue from the beginning, or a glue stick, or a sticky tape, or, you know, something like that, it's gonna be down there. There's not going to be too much room for you to rip it off and start again. Whereas with the glue stick, if you peel gently, you might be able to, you know, start over if you're not 100% happy with where you lay something down. So that's just a tip. Okay. So now these guys fit nicely there. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. So for here, what we're going to do for my little gusset here, and again, once we decide, you know, we're definitely keeping this here. If it's not sticking well enough with the glue stick, you know, if it doesn't hold after you give it a long enough time to dry, you go back in with your wetter glue, or your, you know, your whatever, and do it that way. Okay, so now I have this thing of peppers, and I have this thing of the spice, the little different herbs. What I want to do with this is I want to enforce it on more of this paper that I have here. It's good to have like a little piece of cardstock paper handy if you see some